We'll start first in the U.S., where Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has dropped out of the Republican race to the White House. He ended his 2024 White House bid just before Tuesday's New Hampshire primary and endorsed his bitter rival, Donald Trump.
It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance. Well, I've had disagreements with Donald Trump, such as on the coronavirus pandemic and his elevation of Anthony Fauci. Trump is superior to the current incumbent, Joe Biden. That is clear. He has my endorsement because we can't go back to the old Republican guard of yesteryear, a repackaged form of warmed-over corporatism that Nikki Haley represents.
Well, that decision leaves Trump and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley as the last major Republican candidates in the race. It raises the stakes in New Hampshire, too, as the party's last chance to stop the former president, who so far dominated the race. Washington correspondent Fraser Jackson gave us the latest.
Nikki Haley's best chance, it must be said, is in New Hampshire. She spent a lot of time trying to court voters there. She's doing better there in the polls than she is anywhere else. And the most recent polls had her about just over double digits behind Donald Trump. Now, as we've gone into this final few days of campaigning before that that primary on Tuesday, things have gotten a lot more personal between Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. Trump has started using Nikki Haley's ethnic Indian name, calling her Nimbra, a misspelling of her actual name, which is Nimrata Nikki Randhawa. She obviously used the last name Haley since she was married, but that was a dog whistle that he's been using at his rallies. Also questioning her eligibility to run for president in the first place, citing her parents' citizenship, claims that have been proven to be false. Haley herself questioning Donald Trump's mental fitness. There was a rally on Friday where he repeatedly mistook her for Nancy Pelosi, the former Speaker of the House, at one point saying that Nikki Haley had asked for more guards on January the 6th, asking for more security. Of course, that was then rebutted by Nikki Haley, who said, I was nowhere near the Capitol on January the 6th, and used that to question his mental fitness and about his age as well, something that Donald Trump has used against Joe Biden, the Democratic incumbent. So Nikki Haley has an uphill battle, though. She's trying to woo a select amount of undeclared voters, which New Hampshire has the largest of the coming primaries. But after that, it really does look like a narrow road for Nikki Haley as well. It is a tall order, but she says that she's the best person to beat Joe Biden in a general election. And if you look at the polling between Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Nikki Haley, she probably is the candidate that most Democrats are worried about. So no candidate so far has won those two opening stages of this primary, both New Hampshire and, of course, Iowa, and lost the nomination. So we'll be keeping an eye on what happens, but an uphill battle certainly for Nikki Haley in the coming few weeks.